Bless up. Merry Christmas. Hope that all is well with you as you watch this video. It's probably not Christmas for everybody that's watching it because I chose to upload it on my YouTube channel. But I just wanted to check in a little bit about some reality, right? Reality check. So there's a significant amount of people that like to use my story as the model for reentry. Now, granted, I feel like I've done a good job. And God has blessed me with the resources that I needed and the drive that I needed to make a statement with reentry as far as returning to society and not reoffending, connecting the resources, even being reformed and transformed to the point of me managing a reentry program. So first and foremost, I'm not gonna discredit anything I've done, but as far as reentry, as a model for reentry, you got to be careful with wanting to say, look at Philip. Philip did it. Be like Philip. Yes, be like Philip. Pray like Philip. Persevere like Philip. But let me tell you something about my story that you need to take into consideration before you want to use me as the model. When I got out of prison, my probation officer picked me up March the 5th, 2011. He picked me up and took me straight to my daddy's house. You feel me? I was staying with my dad, grateful for that resource. So I had somewhere to live, didn't have to pay anything, and stayed there. Have certain drug charges outside of an H and I. So any drug charge, felony charge outside of an H and an I means you can't get food stamps in North Carolina, right? So they did have some modifications of our food stamp requirements. We're one of those states that did have modifications. Some of them reformed it all together. There's 6 states that reformed the whole food stamp criteria, but we're one that modified it. But still, they just allowed people with H and I drug felonies to be able to get food stamps. So anyway, I went on that tangent. My bad. Stay with me. So I got out of prison, stayed with my dad, didn't have to pay to live there. Couldn't get food stamps because of my charges, but living with my dad, he's a Purple Heart veteran. Salute to all y'all who served our beautiful country. You know what I'm saying? But living with him, he had food in the refrigerator. So I didn't have to worry about food, didn't have to worry about shelter. And guess what else? More importantly than anything, Pops had 2 vehicles. Had a truck and had a Honda Accord. It was actually a nice Honda Accord anyway. Some of y'all that was rocking with me back in the day, you remember when I was driving that little Carolina blue Honda Accord? It was like a 2012 when I got out in 2011. So I was riding clean. So I had transportation, I had housing, and I had food. So look at that. When I got out of prison, I had those resources right there. There's a significant amount of people that I see on the regular, you feel me, that I start engaging within 90 days of release. People who I know are getting out. Their case manager has notified me of the fact that this individual does not have a solid home plan. Home plan meaning having shelter, right? With having no home plan, that means, their family usually has distanced themselves from them. So they have no home plan. They have no, no job. So they get out, they don't have anywhere to live. They don't have a job. And they don't have transportation. They don't have a vehicle. So those are 3, and no food, you know what I'm saying? And some of them, they can't even get food stamps because they had charges like mine. So just look at that in comparison to my story, you know what I'm saying? My story was I got out, I stayed with my dad, had transportation, right? Because he had an extra vehicle and he had food in the fridge. So home, transportation, and food, 3 things that I had when I got out of prison, right? Compare that to the guys that's getting out now. They get out, they don't have solid home plans. They may use a resource from like a reentry council or a program like mine who fundraises to have money to pay for a month of housing for them when they get out. So these people, they get out of prison and they go and they stay in a halfway house. So they go in debt, right? And the halfway houses, they'll let them come in with the 1 month of rent paid, but they go in with all this high anxiety of, I got to find a job. Oh my gosh, got to find a job, right? And if they can't get food stamps, then they got to figure out a way to engage someone who is resourced up with the time that they have. Hopefully they can do that. Manna Food Bank doing some amazing work, as well as the Catholic charities, with making sure people can get like a week's supply of food week at a time. So you don't have to go hungry. So let's not act like people gonna starve, because we do got resources in place. But just comparing their reentry to mine. And then lastly, transportation. And even if you do get a month bus pass, you know, wherever you work at, it's gonna have to be on what? The bus line, right? It's gonna have to be on the bus line, and it's gonna have to be within a certain amount of time. And when you get out, you know, you're owing money for probation, child support, and all those things. So just wanted to give y'all a reality check whenever you want to judge people who go back to their old way of life. You know, some people, they really want to change, but the odds are stacked up against them big time whenever they get out. It's sad. It's unrealistic how the system is set up, you know, and I'm not posting this video just as a complainer, because I got a solution in place. You understand me? Upscale Western North Carolina has did numbers since October 2017. You feel me? We have served a significant amount of people. Want to talk solutions? Let's talk dollars to expand. Let's talk dollars to expand, because these people that we're working with, we getting with them pre-release, working with them post-release, filling them up, holding their hand to the resources. They're getting connected to what they need to be connected to not reoffend. And if you want to talk about criminogenic needs, feel free to look that up after this video. I can't go on a whole educational tangent for describing criminogenic needs, but criminogenic needs are, you know, housing, social supports, food, shelter, mental and substance use treatment, you know, things like that, you know, antisocial behaviors, different things that needs to be addressed. And when people get out, you satisfy 4 of them, and you decrease the chances of reoffending by like 40-50%. But anyway, I'm not just here to complain, just a reality check, and just saying there is a solution in place. So I'm not coming at you like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? No, I'm coming at you like, this is what we doing, and we need more support. Yeah, that way. But anyway, Change Agent Cooper here on Christmas, and we here at the park. Had to get the kids out the house. Can you see them? I couldn't flip the camera. That's my wife and kids over there on the swing. That's my puppy. Blessed. You know what I'm saying? Returning citizen affairs, that's my jam. Very passionate about working with people who have served their prison time. They get out, they have the gift of desperation, and they're ready to do whatever it takes. And I feel like we need to, as a people, be there for them to make sure that they're connected to everything that's available to them. And if there is something missing, us figuring out a way to fill that need. Because at the end of the day, yeah, we want to change lives. You want to see people at home with their families. But some of y'all biggest concern ain't nothing but public safety. And if public safety is your biggest concern, then it's even more important for you to want to connect these people to what they need so that they don't reoffend. Because, hey, you make it hard for them to do good. You make it easy for them to do bad. That's a quote that came from the legend, Dennis Gaddy, Second Chance Alliance. But yeah, man, just wanted to say that. Don't go just wanting to compare people's reentry process to Philip Cooper's, because Philip had some resources in place when he got out. He had housing, he had transportation, he had staying with his dad, no rent. So, you know, making $8.50 an hour when I got out, it was different. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of things taken care of, but even though $8.50 is never something that I would send somebody to. But what's up, bro? Who's that, Brandon? What's up, man? Well, video over. Just ran into one of my bros. Y'all have a blessed day.